All right, so if you missed class on Tuesday, October 6th, we went ahead and continued this. We started drawing this Monday. What we did was we went ahead and focused on adding the shadows. So we had like a light source coming from the side. So we went ahead and put a shadow. We're going to darken the bottom part. I'm going to go a little fast today. So you just pause the video as you need. Every time an object hits the surface, creates a dark line. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to pull out a shadow. It's going to come from the front here and a little bit above this corner on the other side. And we're going to go ahead and shade this up. I wouldn't worry too much about it being perfect shape. Just get that in there, and then you can go ahead and blend that shadow in there. And it should look something like that. We're going to do the same thing to the snowball bottom. We're going to go ahead and make a nice little dark line, and then it's going to be a little, we're kind of trying not to make our shadows too dark since we are in the snow here, although I'm not sure how good I'm going to make this look like we're in the snow. So we're going to go ahead and do that there. Maybe add a little shadow coming out this way a little bit. My fingers are a little dirty here, so it's kind of working out for me. I'm going to erase this a little bit. So something like that. Get yourself a little shadow of the bowl. And then in the book, we're going to also put a shadow on the book. And we're putting all these different objects together that don't really make sense, and just trying to make a composition that can stand. So this by itself doesn't look very good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add another shadow here. We're going to try to figure out how we can unify this and make it look like a composition that can stand alone. So our shadow will go like that. Go ahead and blend this off. So our light's coming from the the left corner, left top corner. So this shadow should come out something like that. And go ahead and go a little dark closer to the book. Make that come out right there. Again, this is all a little weird together, so the class decided to leave the pyramid kind of floating. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a landform here so that it looks like this is, because they're shadows, so they got to be sitting on some kind of surface. So I'm going to go ahead and add a line for land. And I'm going to start here. I'm not going to make this very dark because we're trying to work like we're in snow. So I'm going to make the line come here and curve forward here. And then this is just going to go straight across behind the book. And then I'm going to make this book look like it's on a separate surface. So I'm just going to make a line above the book somewhere around here. It's just going to be a horizontal line that goes straight across the page. So it looks something like that. Okay. So now I've got this surface here, another surface back here. And I'm going to add another line back here above the trash can, or behind the trash can, not above it, behind the trash can, behind the sphere, below the pyramid. So that looks like that. We wanted to make this look like there was some distance here. So what we went ahead and did was we added a couple of lines to create like a little staircase. So we're going to start off with a short line, and then a longer line on both sides, longer line, longer line. As it gets closer, the gap gets a little bigger, and a longer line. It'll look something like this. And we're going to turn those into steps. So right here, we're going to go straight down. And then on this next line, we're going to go straight down halfway, make a rectangle, and then connect the corners. Come down halfway, straight down, make your rectangle, connect the corners, come down halfway, make your rectangle, connect the corners, come down halfway, make your rectangle, connect the corners, and then it looks like we're going to have to go down halfway. This should be smaller. Smaller, rectangle, connect the corners, and then you'll get to the top. Now what we did was we shaded every rectangle. So you've got a rectangle, then you've got like a trapezoid, because those lines go in. So everyone that's a rectangle, we're going to go ahead and shade in. So we're going to shade this in. And you can blend that a little. You can blend on those steps, those little shadows, stay on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of shading underneath this, all the way across. And then we added a couple of lines that look like they're kind of going down here. So this up and down line here, these vertical lines that I'm kind of sticking in here, are going to help show the height between right here. Make it look like it goes up. We want to make sure we're going up and down on it. And if anybody, you guys are in my 8th grade class, so most of you guys know them. When I start drawing stuff that I have to make up, a lot of times I go surreal with it, so I'm using like real objects, but I do tend to do them in non-realistic ways. So we're going to blend on this edge here. All the way to the top. Blend, and then you can go ahead and blend down on here. Kind of give that. And I'm going to blend, and even if I cross the line where the book is sitting, I can go back and erase any of that smudging that I got in there. That doesn't really go. So we add a little value back here behind our stairs and this little landform that's back there. And we can clean up any of this stuff that's over here. Now this was a little bit, this surface up in the front, we decided to go ahead and add some planks to it. So I went ahead and darkened this line right here since it was closer to us. I decided to darken the line. And then we just made a couple of parallel lines that go straight across as well. Try to keep them even. We're going to make it look like wooden planks. So just continue bringing this through here. And since the line is coming this way here, we're going to go ahead and make a line that goes slanted as well this way. Skip. And then we can maybe add one like here. And if you've got, go there. We can make some little like nails. There's wooden planks nailed into this surface here. And then we added a couple of little details to this. So we made some lines on here, make it look like wood, and so forth. So just using some lines, curved lines, kind of keep them laying down this way. But the lines here that are pretty close nearby are thicker and darker, in between the planks. Thicker and darker. So we'll then just add like a different texture to this so that everything doesn't look the same. So little thinner lines like that. Still going that way. You can rub on it a little bit if you want to. You can leave it how it is. I would add a little shadow on here off this surface. And just because the light's coming from here, this looks like a step. So you might want to just kind of shadow a little bit right in here. Make sure you get that little blended in there. And then the last thing we did was add a really dark background. So we went really dark. We went the darkest value we could get with our pencil, and we added a dark background to this. And that was just to add a little bit of contrast, because everything's so light gray, and your finished product should look like that. The only thing I didn't show you here was the shadow. So you do want to kind of make a little shadow that's in the shape of that and shade it in. It's kind of shifted over to the side over here. And then you can just kind of blend it in. That'll take the shadow of that and make it look like it's in the air. So when you're done, it should look something like this. And when you're finished putting all the details in there, go ahead and you've got that dark part here, you've got your steps in, you shaded it, you added the stuff. You're going to take a picture of your work and add it to journal page 9.